Hi, everyone. I am out here outside by the lake with my dog sitting next to me, and welcome to the pause. I'm actually scheduled to be in Colorado for a little silence and solitude during our pause, and so I decided to pre record it. And I am recording this outside with beautiful sounds of nature and chaos. There's a house being built next to us that is a mansion, and that mansion is towering above us, and there are people hanging off of it using their saws and their hammers, and you will hear them. And maybe we'll even get some music from them as well. But this is life, and there the whole point of a pause is to try and find some stability in the chaos of everyday life. And so let's just begin and see what noises and distractions come about. So, I wanted to share with you on my 20th anniversary with Jeff, we decided to go to Italy, which was a phenomenal trip. Our first stop was Rome, and people said to us, be careful about Rome. People might, rob you, or you're going to love Rome, or I didn't like Rome at all. Like, there's a love hate relationship, I think, with Rome. And so I didn't really know what to expect. I thought I wouldn't like it because I'm not um, a big lover of noise and distractions, but actually, I loved Rome. I loved the history. I loved the art. I loved the good smells and the bad smells. I loved the noise and the distractions. I loved the opulence. I loved the statues that people would like, you know, create these Adonis figures and then have their heads, even though their bodies really didn't look like that. I loved the egotistical nature of the history of Rome. I loved the stories of the Colosseum and all that's filled with oppression and brutality. I'm not saying I loved that because I didn't love that, but I loved the representation of Rome. There was no hiding. Rome was not hiding from itself. Rome was Rome with all its good and bad, with all its beauty and sadness, with all its holiness and craziness and humanness. Rome is very human. And I loved that. And before we went to Rome, I had spent the previous 3 months in my own little, trying to create my own little cone of silence or monastic lifestyle. Um, I had just resigned from an amazing job working with nonprofit leaders, inner city ministry leaders, and I was just burnt out. I was depleted. I was exhausted. My body was getting sick. My mind was constantly trying to problem solve, and I had been chasing a call in my life for over 12 years, and it was time to stop and time to restore. And so I was able to just do that and sit here outside and sit on my porch. And the only interruptions that I really had during those 3 months were the interruptions of motherhood, which are big, but then also the interruptions of my own inability to rest and thinking that I need to be doing more instead of just being. But it was a beautiful time. When we got back from Rome, I realized how this world that we live in is so like Rome. It is so noisy, so filled with the way society tells us to be and what to do and who to become. And we can really struggle to find a moment where where our souls are pausing, where our souls can feel some depth, where we feel integrated as our body, our mind, our heart, our spirit, where we feel present. Presence is very difficult in our world. And there's a great guy named Jim Finley who is a psychotherapist in his 70s. And he actually, once he got out of high school, went into a monastery for 6 years and sat at the feet of one of my favorite monks, Thomas Merton, spiritual mystics. And he talks about how Merton continued to try to emphasize how it's important that we find these moments of solitude and silence to connect to ourselves and connect to our God, our being, our source, our universe, the spirit. Yet in our life, it's almost like the antithesis of that often. And so how do we live simply in the world of Rome? How do we find those moments of depth in our souls, almost like some water, some refreshment for our souls in this constantly crazy, busy world, with so many pressures of who to be, who to become, what to do, how to be successful, what to gain, all of those things. And some of the examples that Jim Finley gives, first I'll give mine, a pause, like we do here, but also simple things. He defines it as being your whole self in a moment. So with all fidelity of your being, be present in the moment. So take a circumstance, take an hour of the day, whatever it is, whether it's you're cooking or you're having a conversation or you're taking a walk or you're playing the piano or you're trying to meditate, whatever it is, do it with everything. Do it with a settled body, do it with an open and quiet mind, do it with an open heart, do it with an integrated being, and be present. And what that looks like is not trying to gain something in that moment for yourself, not trying to gain a sense of power or control, not trying to gain a sense of approval or acceptance, not trying to gain any sense of security, but just being present, trusting in the moment, that the moment is enough, and that being present is enough. And I find that that can be very hard, but such a gift if we can do that, just giving ourselves a little bit of time just to be present. It doesn't have to be this massive meditation or whatever. It can just be fidelity to the moment and presence. So we're going to do that today through our pause. And I'll lead you through settling our bodies, quieting our minds, opening our hearts, and connecting to our souls. And then when we get to the letting go piece, we're going to put ourselves in a circumstance that we desire to be present, and try and let go of those things that keep us from being present. So wherever you are, even if you're walking, you don't have to move your arms and stretch if you're walking or if you're in a public place, but just settle your body. And if you are in a place that you can do some light movements from your chair, then great. So just inhale deeply, exhale everything out. Once again, inhale deeply, feeling your breath expand in your body. Exhale everything out. Bringing your arms up over your head, inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, bring your hands down, palms facing down with your hands to heart center. Inhale, bring your arms up, stretching up high. Exhale, bringing your hands down to heart center. Inhale, bring your arms up over your head, dropping one arm and arching the other arm over your head, over your ear, giving yourself a nice side bend stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, once again, reach over to a side bend. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, reach over, looking under your arm, extending the stretch. Inhale, bring your arm down, bring your other one up. Stretching up high, exhale, bring your arm over. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your arm over. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your arm over, looking under your arm, holding it here. Bring that arm down. Bringing your hands to your shoulders, just draw small circles with your elbows, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Really trying to move your shoulders, keeping your spine straight. Stop and reverse, small circles, bigger, bigger, bigger. And then shake it out. And then with a big sigh, with a big inhalation, bring your shoulders up to your ears. With a big sigh, bring it all down. Once again, inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale with a big sigh. And then let's do our twist. So we're going to twist our spines, taking our left hand, putting it on our right knee. With a tall spine, inhale. As you exhale, twist looking over your shoulder, over your right shoulder. Looking further and further back, staying here and inhaling, making yourself taller. Exhaling, twisting. And come back to neutral. Take your left hand, put it on your right hand, put it on your left knee. Inhale, tall spine, exhale, twist. Inhale, tall spine, exhale, twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Coming back to neutral, moving your spine from side to side. And then let's give our neck a stretch. So as you inhale, bring your chin up to the sky, pushing your chest forward. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest, rounding your shoulders, rounding your back. Inhale, bring your chin up. Exhale, round your back, dropping your chin. And come back up to neutral and inhale. And as you exhale, turn your head to one direction. Inhaling and exhaling here. Come back to neutral, dropping your head to your shoulder on the right side. So dropping your ear close to your shoulder. Back to neutral. Inhale, turn your head the other direction. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, holding your neck in position. Come back to neutral, drop your ear to your shoulder, pulling it if you desire. And then just finding yourself in a comfortable position with your spine tall. We're going to do some breathing. So I want you to close your eyes. And as you inhale, feel your belly expand, your chest. Feel your shoulders come up. And as you exhale, slowly and long breath, exhalation, getting everything out, all the old stale air out, squeezing at the bottom of your exhalation. Inhale, expanding your belly, up through your ribs, up through your shoulders. And exhale, slow, long, exhaling everything out. Inhale, belly expands. Up through the ribs, up through the crown of your head and your shoulders, and exhale, slow and long. Next time we're going to inhale, I'm going to count of 6. So just inhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath for 2. 1, 2. Exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 1, 2, and exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Inhale for 4. For 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. 1, 2. And now do this on your own. Counting the number of counts that you desire as you inhale, hold, and as you exhale, hold. One more time. As we've settled our bodies and quieted our minds, now we will open our hearts by letting go of that which keeps us from being present. So I'd like for you to think of a circumstance where just an ordinary point in your day or time in your life when you really desire to be present. So make it simple, something today or something tomorrow. You may be engaging in a conversation, you may be helping a child with homework, you may be cooking, you may be taking a walk, you may be trying to have a quiet morning meditation, you may be listening to a friend. So imagine that circumstance where you want to be fully present, fully engaged, focused, and not distracted. Imagining yourself in that moment, how can you settle your body, ground your body in that moment so that you are free from distractions, from pain, from any tension in your body? But how in that moment, imagine yourself settling your body in that moment. Imagine tuning in to the circumstance around you, the smells, the sights, the sounds. Tune in to the environment. Imagining yourself still in this circumstance that you want to be present. Just imagine yourself inhaling and exhaling, trying to quiet your mind so that you can focus and be present. And then I want you to think about, what do you need in this imaginary moment? You're trying to be present, but what is it that you need? Is there any evidence in you of needing power or control in this situation that keeps you from being present? Is there any evidence of you needing approval in this certain situation or acceptance? Is there any evidence of you needing security and safety in this moment that's keeping you from being present? Is there an agenda that you have for this moment that keeps you from being present? Is there a preoccupation in your mind? Can you inhale and exhale and let go of those needs? Let go of the desire to have power and control. Let go of the desire for acceptance or approval. Let go of the desire for safety and security. And just be present. Let go and be present. How does being present feel in your body? Imagine yourself being present in the moment. Imagine your mind being quiet. Imagine your heart open. Imagine being connected to your soul, to God, the universe, the spirit. As we come to the last part of our pause where we listen to our souls, we listen to God, universe, spirit, I'm going to read part of a poem that I wrote several years ago when I was struggling with Rome, I guess you could say. The first time I read it, just let it wash over you, just listen to it. There's too much noise in here, too much noise outside of my being, too much noise inside of my head. Quiet the clutter, release the pain, let me be free so I can love better. So people aren't a distraction and things aren't in the way of people. Free me up, God, by grounding me in you and keeping my eyes fixed on your skies. There's too much noise in here. Too much noise outside of my being. There's too much noise inside of my head. Quiet the clutter, release the pain. Let me be free so I can love better, so people aren't distracted and things aren't in the way of people. Free me up, Lord, by grounding me in you and keeping my eyes fixed on your skies. What word or phrase jumped out at you when I just read it? The next time I read it, what do you feel like your soul, the Holy Spirit, God, the universe is saying to you through this poem? There's too much noise in here. There's too much noise outside of my being. There's too much noise inside of my head. Quiet the clutter, release the pain. Let me be free so I can love better. So people aren't a distraction and things aren't in the way of people. Free me up, God, by grounding me in you and keeping my eyes fixed on your skies. Last time I read it, what do you feel like your prayer or your response is to this passage? There's too much noise in here, too much noise outside of my being. There's too much noise inside of my head. Quiet the clutter, release the pain. Let me be free so I can love better. So people aren't a distraction and things aren't in the way of people. Free me up, Lord, by grounding me in you and keeping my eyes fixed on your skies. My hope and prayer for all of us today is to find a moment where we are fully present, fully engaged, fully alive, needing nothing. but to be. Thank you so much.